Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia and we are checking in for week 2 of February. Week 2 is from the 5th to the 11th. So I have my spreads laid out. All of my spreads are now laid out for the month of February and I did them on camera with you guys. The planner that I have here is my Erin Condren monthly planner and I love this cover. I feel like I say that all the time, but this is definitely one of my favorite covers. I have this in the color blends way as well. Let's actually go ahead and get started. I have all of my stickers here. All the stickers that you guys see are from my shop. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our daily budget app. This is the app that I always use. As always, I'll have the video link below if you guys are curious about the apps that we use, as well as how our bank accounts are set up. Since we are cashless budgeters, we don't use any physical cash at all. The only money that we use is electronically. This is just how our accounts are set up. We have 2 checking accounts and 2 saving accounts. This one is our long-term saving that we have at a different institution, and then this short-term saving is the one that's bundled together with our 2 checking accounts. This is just a method that really works out for us, and I've just been using this method for like a couple of years now, and it's doing it justice, so I don't think we're going to change it anytime soon. We'll talk about this more in a bit when we actually do check in the numbers. But as of right now, let's go ahead and jump right in to the actual expenses that we spent. So I have my key over here and I have the categories already filled out for some of them. It looks like we only have 3 of the categories that we spent from. So I'm going to open up our app here for the daily budget app and we're going to scroll to the 5th since that's what we're checking in for. The 5th, nothing was spent. 6th, 7th, nothing was spent. The 8th, we spent some stuff. So I have a grocery cart to symbolize Wegmans. I really do like this app because you don't have to hook it up to a bank account. That's like one of the primary things that I was looking for when looking for an app that fits our budget style. I just didn't want to hook up anything to our bank account. So it's just very easy for me to just customize, reset every single month just to track. So anytime we spend anything, I just pop it in here real quick. But we have the 5th, which was Wegmans, and Wegmans was $44. Wegmans is also our groceries category, so that is purple. And we just got like some groceries. I feel like we barely get groceries. We just don't really leave that often, but we're definitely trying to leave more often, even if it's just to visit like some family or friends for a little bit. But we have Wegmans there for $44. Then we have our little house icons. These little house icons symbolize sinking funds. There's like a bunch of icons that you can choose from, but those are the ones that I just wanted to pick out for myself. So those we spent from sinking funds. So I put CM for car maintenance. That was $14 since we got an emission test. And then on the 9th, we also spent from our sinking funds as well for G/T. I put that for gifts and treating. Gifts and treating on the 9th, we spent $164 for Hot Pot. We ended up treating out a couple of our friends to Hot Pot because it was their first time going ever. So it was actually really fun. They have a baby as well. So it was like both of our first times going out to a restaurant with a baby. And it was actually really fun. Bean was really good as well. She just like sat there and just stared at everything. Oh my gosh. She's so stinking cute. But that was for Hot Pot for Thursday the 9th. It looks like we also have a gas expense as well. So gas, we have that little gas filler. And that was, in that gas category is our yellow one. So that is, what day was that? Oh, that was on the 9th. So we are going to fill up for gas that day. I kind of liked when Erin Condren had the lines on the left side to close out the month because like I suck at, like I'm not really left-handed. So when I lay these down and like there's no border over there, I always feel the need to go on this side. All right, so there's gas. Then on the 10th, I went to the dentist and the dentist was a sinking fund, which was $805. Oh my goodness. So the $805 on the 10th, I split up between two categories because medical did not have that much money in there to cover the whole thing. So 300 was from medical, and then 505 was from unbudgeted. So I actually do want to mark that in our calendar view for unbudgeted. Unbudgeted is this color right here. So that was on the 10th for 505. And while we're here, I do also want to put this in kind of like our recap for this month. And this is just like for me to have an overview of like the big expenses for the month that occurred. So this was an unexpected amount. Like this does not happen like that. So this month is just for me to recap what was spent. It's just like the crazy amounts. Like for example, that one time our tire blew out. So we had to pay for a new tire and stuff. That was in here. There's another month that we got my husband's mom a couch. That was in here. So that's just kind of like the big ticket items or the things that are abnormal that I want to put as a recap for this month. I have in here. And then for upcoming is just like any holidays, birthdays, bills that are coming up that we're gonna have to pay for. But I just wanted to put that in here because I feel like I never marked that stuff on camera with you guys. But next is, let's see, we're gonna go to the 11th. The 11th we have 2 eating out, which is at Fork and Knife. So for the eating out expenses, one of them was we went to the Dutch market. I've been enjoying going to the Dutch market quite a lot, especially because like I really like their macaroni salad. But we have that one for $31 because we also got like some fried chicken and stuff as well and some pretzels. And we also went to the Montgomery Mall and got more food. It looks like the previous week on Saturday we did the same thing. It seems like it's a habit right now, but hopefully it's a habit that won't stick around. But that is all of the expenses for this past week, which is actually more than I used to have. So let's lay down these none-spent stickers for the days that we did not spend anything. So none was spent for 3 days, it looks like. All right, so now for the actual check-in. So we are going to flip to do the actual check-in for the weekly check-in. So for the weekly check-in, these categories, groceries, gas, eating out, allowance, pups, those are the ones that we set for ourselves at the beginning of February. These are our day-to-day expenses. So I always say if we had cash envelopes, these would be our cash envelopes. So for us to kind of live and eat, you know. But yeah, so these are the categories that we set for ourselves at the beginning of the month. These are also the ones that we just calculated in our monthly view. So let's go ahead and check in for eating out. We have groceries, gas, allowance, pups, and baby. So we spent from a good amount of the categories. So let's see. I like to do the single item stuff first. So unbudgeted, we don't actually like check in for. This is just for me to visually see. This is already calculated in our sinking fund. So that's done. Gas, we have $34. $34. Then we have for this purple category, which is groceries, $44. So that's it on this side. 44. Then we have the last one, which is just eating out. Eating out is our last 2 categories. So we have $54 plus 31. And that in total is $85 for the week. And those are all the expenses that we spent for this week. So we have 85. And then nothing for allowance and nothing spent for baby. So for eating out, we had a starting amount of $233. We spent $85, so that's $148 remaining. Then groceries, we had $400. That minus $44 is $356 remaining. Then for allowance and pups and baby, nothing was spent, so those are still at $100 each. Gas, we spent $34, so 100 minus 34 is $66 remaining. So that is done for this section here for our weekly check-in for our day-to-day expense categories. Now let's check in for our weekly balance. So for our weekly balance, we have the same old categories, the monthly budget categories, day-to-day categories, and then we have our bills and sinking funds. I'm going to transfer over the money that we have written down. So 933, what is this? 2534. And then the last one is 4985. I just wanted to write them over. I don't really think it makes a difference because it literally like says it right here, but I just wanted to write it over here. Okay, so for our monthly budget categories or day-to-day expenses, we have spent a good amount this week. So let me go ahead and add them all together. So we have 85 plus 44 plus 34 equals 163. So 163 is the total we spent for the monthly budget categories. 163. That minus what we started with, we have a remaining amount of $770 for the rest of the month. Next is for bills. Let's see what type of bills came out for the month. So for our bills, we're going to flip back real quick. We had all of our variable and fixed bills down here. So I'm going to go ahead and check our checking account as well as our credit card to see what bills came out. Okay, so it looks like it's only one bill that came out, which is for Netflix. Netflix is $10.59, and that came out of our credit card. There's a C right here. So since it came out of credit card, we still have the funds. So we have to pay our credit card to put that money in there. So $10.59. All right, so those are good. Now let's go to sinking funds. So for sinking funds, we also had a very good amount that came out. So we're gonna go ahead and calculate all 4 of these. I like to put my check marks to know. It's just the visual thing. If you guys have been watching my videos, I'm very, very visual because my brain just functions better that way. But we have $14 plus 164 plus 300 plus 505. That equals a total of $983 that we spent from sinking funds. And that is a good amount. So that minus what we had starting the week with, $49.85, that means we still have a remaining amount of $4,002 in our sinking funds. As for bills, let's calculate that too. We start with $25.34.20. That minus the $10.59 means we have a leftover of $2,523.61 for our sinking funds. Oh, for our bills, I mean. We have that remaining amount for bills. Let's go ahead and add up these together. So we have the bills plus the 770 plus the 4002 for sinking funds. That equals to a total of $7,295.61. So let's go ahead and do our transfers first. So this is what we ended our last check-in with together. Our sinking funds does not change. We didn't get another paycheck yet, so this is still at the same exact amount. And then for this one, let's do the transfers real quick. So all of these transactions came out of our credit card. So for sinking funds, their monthly budget categories, and that one bills, the $10.59 for Netflix came out of credit card as well. So luckily for us, everything came out of credit card, which means let's add this all up together and transfer those funds out from our second checking account to our primary checking account. Because of course, we still have the money in our checking account. Our credit card, we still have to pay off the credit card since we use our credit card to pay for everything. So I'm going to add them all up together. 163 plus the 1059 plus the 983. That equals a total of $1,156.59. I'm going to go ahead and transfer that over from our second checking account to our primary, and I'll be right back. All right, so that has now been officially transferred, and the new amount for this account, I'm very happy to say, after all of the transfers, and just to note, this is what the previous week's was, $84.52.20. I'm just removing the sticker because we no longer need it. I'm going to replace it with another sticker. These stickers that I have are just leftovers from previous plan with me's and stuff. I might as well use them here because sticky notes just keep falling off. So the total that is in the second checking account right now is $7,295.61, which is perfect because they match 100%. So that means we are all balanced out. This is what we're going to leave this week with these balances in these accounts. And let's just also double check real quick. So we had the previous week, we ended with 84.52.20. That minus the 163 that we spent, minus the $10.59. Wow, that was hard to put $10.59. Minus the, what is this, $8.93. That equals this total as well. So that's just, I feel like doing that on camera is helpful as well. But that is what our check-in is for this second week of February. So now our checking account is all balanced out with our funds. Now let's go ahead and do our Savopoly rules real quick. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing that we did last week, which is we're going to just write in the amount in here because we're not going to actually transfer anything out until the end of the month. The reason why is because it's just easier. Last month I tried to do it every single week, but I messed up 3 out of 4 weeks. So I feel like just doing it all in one line, just to save space as well as just to make it easier is easier. But let's go ahead and roll. We're gonna do the same thing and roll 3 times. So we're gonna go ahead and open up our dice app. I have 2 dice and I'm gonna roll 3 times like the other weeks as well. First roll is 9. And then I mentioned in the previous week, but I should hopefully have this released for this upcoming new releases. Is that 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is save $30. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're getting on the heavy side over here. So we have $30 plus, let's see, we're gonna roll again. This is 10. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chance. Roll dice and save that amount. So let's roll and save. We have 10. Oh my gosh. So I mentioned in the previous video that from one of you guys, Cass, you guys are saying to roll the dice and if it's a double, to save double. So we're going to do that. So we rolled 10 and we're going to save 20. So we're going to do plus 20 is 50. And we're going to roll our very last time, which is 3. Wow, this is very expensive. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3. $44. We're going to save an additional 44. That's plus 44 equals $94 for this week that we have to save. That is a lot. So let's see how it goes. So we have week 2 and this is $94. So far for the month, that plus 46, we're saving a total of $140 for this month. So let's see how the remaining weeks go. And now that's the end of this video. I feel like this video went so fast compared to the first week's check-in. I don't know, I'm not sure why. But yeah, so that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye!